All right, let's get it. Contrary to popular belief, justice is not blind. In fact, justice has x-ray vision because she can totally see through that blindfold. As usual, I'll present a few examples to support my claim. So let's just dive right in. I know someone is out there going, we all know the justice system is unfair. What does this guy think all of the protesting is about? I'm going to highlight specific cases/events to prove just how disproportionate justice can be. First up, James Holmes. Who's he? Funny you should ask. This is the clown, and I do mean clown, that dressed up like Joker at a Batman movie and opened fire in a closed movie theater, ultimately killing 12 moviegoers. Was he arrested? Yes. Sentenced to death? No. So where's the injustice? Well, let's compare his case to, let's say, Rashard Brooks. So Rashard tussled with two cops, pointed a dysfunctional taser at one of them, and then ran away. Was he arrested? Nope. Was he sentenced to death? Yes. So the guy that slaughtered a dozen people gets to go stand trial, but the guy that had a little too much to drink gets shot in the back and is killed within seconds. Do you see the contrast? Maybe not. I'll move on to my next case. Dylan Roof. You guys remember him, don't you? If not, he's the guy that shot and killed 9 people during prayer service. Why? Because he wanted to start a race war. Was he arrested? Yes, but not shot and killed by the police at the scene of the crime. In fact, rumor has it that they took him to get something to eat before taking him down to the station for booking. Shall we do a comparison? Definitely. So Dylan Roof kills 9 people in a church and gets taken for a Big Mac. But Rashard Brooks, on the other hand, breaks free from 2 cops and runs and is sentenced to death. That's fair, right? That's equal treatment under the law, isn't it? Let's turn our attention to Nicholas Cruz, the trust fund kid that used 17 of his schoolmates for target practice and then went to lunch. If it's not clear, I'm talking about the Parkland shooter. Let me take a minute and say to the families of all of the deceased that I'm truly sorry if this video opens old wounds. That's not my intent. I want to expose the perpetual bias in the criminal justice system. So immediately after this scumbag was identified and arrested, we started hearing about mental health issues, mental illness, and how this kid needed help. Is he getting that help today? I don't know. But that's my point. He has the opportunity to get help. Terrence Crutcher, on the other hand, he was executed right there on the highway. Was he branding a weapon? Nope. Did he even have a weapon? Nope. Was there a physical altercation? Nope. Well, what did he do to get shot? He walked to his vehicle with his hands up. I know what you're thinking. He had to do more than that. He didn't. I don't care if he allegedly had drugs in his system. I don't care if Mike Brown stole a pack of cigars. I don't care if George Floyd wrote a bad check. I don't care if Michael Scott had a warrant. None of those offenses are punishable by death. None of them. The cop who shot and killed Michael Scott was eventually convicted. My point is, why can't the aforementioned deceased stand trial for their quote unquote crimes? The cop who shot Terrence Crutcher profited from his death. She became like a motivational speaker for cops or something like that. Seriously, like WTF. Transitioning to more current events. If you haven't been paying attention, you're aware that Trump recently commuted the sentence of traitor extraordinaire Roger Stone. This douchebag was convicted of 7 felonies. He helped orchestrate the stealing of Hillary Clinton's emails and flat out lied to Congress. Long story short, he's just a bad person. Did the GOP object to this blatant injustice? I think we know the answer to that. In fact, one Lindsey Graham defended this decision by stating that Stone was too old to go to jail. Bill Cosby's defense team tried that same argument. It was unsuccessful, and he's significantly older. I'm not declaring Bill Cosby's guilt or innocence. I'm just merely stating the scales of justice are completely unbalanced. A.G. Barr recently testified in front of Congress and spewed more lies than a used car salesman. This is supposed to be the nation's top law official. If he can't be trusted to tell the truth, then what good is the law? My final reason why I think justice isn't blind probably is the most obvious. That is a jury of so-called peers. I recently watched To Kill a Mockingbird. This point is greatly illustrated in that story. An innocent man is convicted of a crime that he didn't commit. Question: how many people have been released recently and had their records expunged because they were wrongly convicted? Too many for me to name. This is why When They See Us is such an important story. In many cases, a prosecutor isn't seeking justice. A prosecutor seeks convictions. They want to bolster their record so they can appear to be tough on crime. Why? So they can be reelected. To keep their position. More times than not, their motivations are self-serving and not crime-solving. To ensure that they get the desired result, they pick jurors that will most likely vote in their favor. See, justice is a noble idea, but like every idea, it can be corrupted. Needless to say, this is where we are in modern times. Correction, maybe this is where we've always been. Perhaps justice has never been more than anything but a great idea. A bunch of sweet-sounding words used more as a punchline than an action. So I'll leave it there for now. So if you like the way I think, hop over to Patreon and check out some of my original short stories. It's only $1.50 per download. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss out on all future videos. Well, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for your time. Peace.